First and foremost, thank y'all so much for coming over, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Now, we're on the Watch Mojo channel, and we got the top 20 greatest cover songs of all time. Now, y'all know I reacted to videos of songs you didn't know that were covers, stuff like that. But this is saying the top 20 greatest covers. Let's see how many we know. And then you guys comment below on some songs they might have missed. Because, I mean, it's only 20. It's a lot of covers out there. Again, appreciate you guys coming over. So, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 best cover songs.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
You know, I didn't...
For this list, we'll be looking at any song sung...
That video popped up. I'm gonna have to check that out when I reacted to eight hands, one guitar. And that video popped up. Might have to check that out.
By someone other than the original artist. Since the band or performer might be someone other than the composer, we've also disqualified any later versions released by the songwriters themselves. Did we forget one of your favorite covers? Let us know in the comments. Let's go.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Number 20, Stand By Me. Original, Benny King. Cover, Otis Redding. It takes a special artist to re-record a classic like Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Despite the perfection of Benny King's original, Otis Redding is more than capable of delivering his own fantastic rendition.
Just as long, as you stand by me.
Off the singer's debut album, Pain in My Heart, the song was among several that proved the performer was the next best thing in music.
Wow.
Among the voices of his generation, Redding made the track all his own with his incredible tone and resonance.
Darling, stand by me. Come on, pretty baby, stand by me.
For Stand By Me, he's at the top of his game. As a cover and as a standalone track, the tribute to legendary Benny King is both a valuable and authentic tribute to early R&B. Number 19, The Sound of Silence.
Damn.
Original,
19?
Simon and Garfunkel. Cover, Disturbed.
Wow.
In 2015, Disturbed shocked the music world with a surprisingly powerful take on The Sound of Silence.
Can't wait to see number
the
one.
metal act traded in their shredding guitars and screams for a slower, melodic tribute to the 60s folk song.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This is so great.
Somehow, it ends up being a match made in metal music heaven. Singer David Draymond belts his heart out in a performance that even drew praise from original songwriter Paul Simon himself. In an arrangement that harkens back to folk music and salutes metal ballads, the track lends itself well to the updated reimagining.
Disturb the sound
Of silence.
After a performance on Conan, this version got another huge push as a viral hit on YouTube. Despite the unlikely pairing, Disturbed proved themselves as more than just your typical metal act. Number 18, Blinded by the Light. Original, Bruce Springsteen. Cover, Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
You guys let
Like
me
it
know
or
that.
not, this rock number remains in an inescapable 70s time capsule. Leaving behind his 60s pop sound, Manfred Mann became Manfred Mann's Earth Band and decided to cover Bruce Springsteen.
Wow. That's a tongue twister.
Wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night.
After Springsteen's recording failed to make a dent in the industry, the band recorded the song and landed the top spot on the Billboard Top 100 charts. Indirectly giving the songwriter his highest charting single, the group gives this rendition a prog rock feel that works especially well for a sing-along.
Some silicone sister with a manager, mister, told me I got what it takes.
Despite the sometimes indecipherable lyrics, The single features inviting grooves and fun melodies. Whatever you think of the track, Manfred Mann's Earth Band and this hit will always provide a healthy dose of nostalgia
Manfred
to
Mann
fans young
Band.
and old. Number 17, Mad World.
Oh.
Original, Tears for Fears. Cover, Michael Andrews featuring Gary Jules. Among Tears for Fears' more sentimental songs, it took a cover by Michael Andrews and Gary Jules to revitalize it. First appearing in the 2001 film Donnie Darko, the somber piano and passionate vocals
Ain't heard
became
this.
the go-to way to explain the chaos of everyday life.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
While the Tears for Fears track carries plenty of emotional heft, the single needed an added element of drama, like a slow tempo and piano. Sometimes a song just hits you right in the heart, with Jules' performance providing a perfect outlet for emotional words.
It's a very, very mad world.
In the case of Mad World, Michael Andrews and Gary Jules delivered an exceptional cover of this 80s hit. Number 16, Smooth Criminal.
Yeah. This-
Original, Michael Jackson.
this
Cover,
is so
Alien
good.
Ant Farm.
So
California
good.
alt metal band Alien Ant Farm took a genre-twisting take on this Michael Jackson classic. Call it metal, alternative, or punk, this adaptation of Smooth Criminal features something for fans of hard rock. Percussive guitar riffs and attitude make this unlikely cover an unexpected classic in its own right. While a pop-punk cover of the King of Pop sounds doomed to fail, it actually wound up being one of the more entertaining and memorable covers of its kind. If that wasn't enough, the single reached number 1 on the Billboard Alternative charts. Even if Alien Ant Farm's legacy might stop with this song, there's always a chance.
I wonder how did they get the. I'm trying to think how many. Oh well, yeah. There's been more covers of Michael Jackson songs because I was like, how did they get the clearance to do this? I forgot. Chris Cornell did Billie Jean.
They'll strike again. Number 15, Valerie. Original, The Zootons. Cover, Mark Ronson featuring Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, she.
If you're like us, you probably forgot Valerie was a cover in the first place.
Yeah,
it
she-
speaks to the power of Amy Winehouse and Mark Ronson's talents that many people assume it was their original song.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
Despite the Zootons' great performance and charming indie rock sound, this recording remains the definitive version. Needless to say, when you're competing with the voice of Amy Winehouse, you'll
Yeah.
probably lose. Among her many defining hits, this plays as one of her skillful throwbacks to Motown.
Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Built by a layered and dense production courtesy of master producer Ronson, the track's catchy hook gets an excellent treatment from the singer. Number 14, Killing Me Softly with His Song. Original, Lori Lieberman. Cover, Fugees. While the original recording was by co-writer Lori Lieberman, most people remember Killing Me Softly with His Song as Roberta Flack's masterpiece. From a folk single to a soul magnum opus, the song's rich history created the template for this inventive cover.
Drumming my pain with his finger.
Damn, that beat is cold.
Given the weight of Flack's version, it's hard to think that anyone could have delivered another era-defining version of this track. Leave it to the Fugees to ace the assignment, giving it a hip-hop and soul flavor built around the unprecedented talents of singer Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
This cover captures the essence of the original with a renewed and experimental spirit.
Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly.
Updating a vintage 70s song for a new generation, the hip-hop trio put together a worthy remix for the 90s. Number 13, Nothing Compares to You. Original, The Family. Cover, Sinead O'Connor. Originally recorded by The Family, Sinead O'Connor's version of Nothing Compares to You is a rare example of someone one-upping Prince.
Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want.
I might be having a brain fart here, but I thought Prince wrote the song for her to sing? I know it was songs you didn't know were covers. I'm trying to remember if they mentioned the fact.
While she'd already recorded a debut record, the Irish singer became an international sensation after the release of this pop ballad. The second single off her second album, Nothing Compares to You, serves as an exemplary showcase of the performer's incredible artistry. In a sparse arrangement, the track gives her plenty of room to belt out the performance of a lifetime. A #1 single in the US and around the world, this cover serves as a wonderfully vulnerable meditation on love. All these years later, O'Connor's version still sounds as fresh and passionately sung as the day it was released. Number 12, I Shot the Sheriff. Original, Bob Marley and the Wailers. Cover, Eric Clapton. Considering Bob Marley's enduring influence on music, it was only a matter of time that a contemporary tried to cover him. Known primarily for his forays into blues rock, Eric Clapton took a successful stab at I Shot the Sheriff.
Say they want to bring me in guilty.
It's almost impossible to not sing and shimmy along with the fun chorus and infectious harmonies. Rising to the top of the Billboard Hot 100, the hit put an additional spotlight on Marley's songwriting prowess. Not only did it give deserved attention to the reggae artist, the song was also Clapton's highest charting single ever.
I shot the sheriff, and they say that he's a capital offense.
As a fun, easygoing take on an already awesome track, this cover of I Shot the Sheriff delivers for rock and reggae fans alike.
Can't remember
Number
if
11,
I reacted to that.
The Man Who Sold the World.
Oh.
Original, David Bowie. Cover, Nirvana.
Man.
For their 1993 Unplugged performance, Nirvana busted out an array of surprisingly effective covers. Among lead singer Kurt Cobain's favorites, The Man Who Sold the World was the high point of a stellar setlist.
The face to face of the man who sold the world.
Considering the difference in sound between the two artists, this performance represented the band stretching their abilities in the best way. With Cobain's death months before the album's release, this particular version holds an even greater significance in the group's brief but storied career. With a cello accompaniment, the subdued sound captures Nirvana at their most daring. As a chilling and musically adventurous cover, the song remains a testament to the legacy of the grunge trio's legend. Number 10, Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Original, Bob Dylan. Cover, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I know
Axl
that.
Rose and Bob Dylan might not seem like a match made in heaven, but somehow the bad boys of rock made this track extra special. The LA band took this much-covered Dylan song and gave it a rock facelift.
Mama, take this trash bag.
At the peak of their popularity, the Rockers released this cover on the soundtrack for the movie Days of Thunder and later on their Use Your Illusion 2 album to continued success. Adding in Slash's signature guitar parts, this version builds out the sound of the original with massive arena rock production values. Sending the likes of Dylan into the hard rock world, Guns N' Roses paid tribute to the folk legend by adding a few bombastic tricks of their own. Number 9, Georgia on My Mind. Original, Hoagy Carmichael. Cover, Ray Charles. Among the great American standards,
Wow.
Ray Charles' version of Georgia on My Mind stands alone as an all-time music classic.
It's
Yeah.
home sweet song. Keep Georgia on my mind.
Composed and recorded by Hoagy Carmichael in the 30s, it took decades until the song landed into popular consciousness. One of Charles's signature tracks, the song captures one of his best vocal performances in a beautiful rendition. Not only does it stand as a legendary and critically acclaimed recording, the song made it to number 1 on the Billboard 100 charts. Sung with nothing but pure heart and soul, the artist gives his all in a performance for the ages. With Carmichael's strong foundation, the singer delivered a song that arguably enshrined him as one of the most impactful musicians of his day. Number 8, Proud Mary. Original, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Cover, Ike and Tina Turner. Swamp rock band Creedence Clearwater Revival released the massive hit Proud Mary. Years later, Ike and Tina Turner spun the roots rock sound into a funky soul masterpiece.
And we're rolling,
She looked like Serena.
rolling,
Or Serena looked like her.
rolling on a river.
In what would become her magnum opus, the cover represented Tina Turner's boisterous and unmistakable voice at its finest. From the dramatic opening to the electric finish, Ike and Tina's version takes us through the full gamut of musical excellence.
Big wheel keep on turning, turning, my river keep on burning, burning.
Winning a Grammy, the song is now as famous and revered as the original. Passing from John Fogerty to Tina Turner, Proud Mary remains an outstanding example of making a cover your own.
Yeah.
Number 7, All Along the Watchtower. Original, Bob Dylan. Cover, The Jimi Hendrix Experience. In another case of a cover usurping the original, Jimi Hendrix's interpretation of
It's crazy. I can't remember. Like, my brain is just, I just can't remember how many I knew were covers. You know, they're talking about the greatest, and I'm like, hold on. Did I know this? Because I'm thinking of Creedence Clearwater. Because, you know, that, like I said, I think I reacted to part 1, 2, and 3, I believe. Or maybe 4 parts of songs you didn't know were covers.
All Along the Watchtower opens like a cannon shot. Not even a year after Dylan released his original, Hendrix gave the song an electric supercharge with his amazing guitar mastery. Juxtaposed with the track's poetic lyrics, the guitar god lays down one of the heaviest tracks of the 60s psychedelic scene.
All along the watchtower, princess kept the view.
After hearing Hendrix's explosive cover, the songwriter adapted his version and made it a mainstay in his live performances. Along with Dylan's approval of the remix, the track also gave the guitarist his highest charting single in the US. In a song that perfectly captures the chaos of the decade, there's few covers as memorably raucous as this one. Number 6, Hound Dog. Original, Big Mama Thornton.
Knew this. I
Cover,
knew this one.
Elvis Presley. When people think of early rock and roll, they inevitably land on Elvis. Take this re-recording of a Big Mama Thornton song as a chief example of the King's capabilities. It's hard to imagine a song that was more influential for the burgeoning genre than Hound Dog. Alongside early rhythm and blues, the likes of Elvis and this cover sent shivers down the spines of parents everywhere. Outrage only grew when the performer's hip-shaking rendition of the song on TV led to calls that the artist had a bad influence on kids. Carrying a rebellious spirit to this day, there's still an energetic rhythm that's undisputable in Hound Dog. Number 5, I Will Always Love You. Original, Dolly Parton. Cover, Whitney Houston. Recorded for the film The Bodyguard, the song I Will Always Love You was originally by Dolly Parton. It speaks to Houston's 1 in a million voice that the song will forever be remembered as her masterstroke.
So goodbye, please don't cry.
Giving her
Her
finest
voice.
vocal performance, the singer delivers impossibly high notes as no one could. Doing justice to Parton's version, producer David Foster ensured that the artist received the royal treatment. Even after its record-breaking streak atop the Billboard charts, the song remains one of the most famous and sought-after covers in popular music.
And I will always love you.
One of the best-selling singles of all time, Houston's legendary cover of I Will Always Love You secures her place among the more prestigious and talented vocalists of all time. Number 4, Hallelujah. Original, Leonard Cohen. Cover, Jeff Buckley.
Number 4.
As skilled a guitar player as he was a vocalist, Jeff Buckley burned
Wow.
bright with only one official studio album to his name. Among the most famous songs off the album, Hallelujah brought renewed attention to the Leonard Cohen song.
And it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift.
Angelic doesn't even begin to describe the singer's wide-ranging voice in this interpretation. Illuminating Cohen's beautiful composition, the artist's performance sends a chill down every listener's spine without fail. After the performer's untimely death, the song went on to further recognition and made several appearances in film and television, inspiring another wave of covers and reigniting the spark of the original.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Puts you at ease, doesn't it?
Jeff Buckley's amazing and indelible recording is a once-in-a-generation achievement. Number 3, Twist and Shout. Original, The Top Notes. Cover, The Beatles.
I think I knew this one.
While the Beatles went on to be among the best songwriters ever, their early
Man, they got
recording
'em
years
way up
included
there.
many skillfully executed covers. For Twist and Shout, the quartet delivered a send-up of the Top Notes track with a pop rock flair. Led by John Lennon's perfectly raspy voice, this track is sure to put any listener in a happy mood. While each member performs at their peak, Lennon's unrestrained vocal captures the true heights of rock singing. When the song landed a memorable needle drop in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it sparked
Yeah.
renewed interest in the cover.
Love that movie. Such a good movie.
Whether you're a devoted Beatles fan or a casual pop listener, this cover unites everyone in its joyful intensity. Number 2, Respect.
Ooh.
Original, Otis Redding. Cover, Aretha Franklin. When Aretha Franklin made her
This was one of those shockers, like, because the way Aretha sang this song, I was like, you know, you don't think of anybody else singing this song. You know when she hit you with that R-E-S-E? Wait, how you spell it? Yeah, you know what I mean?
mark on a song, she took complete control of it. Taking the R&B foundation of Otis Redding, the singer's legend was solidified with this classic of all classics.
Hey, what you want? Baby, I got what you need. You know I got.
In yet another case of a cover outperforming the original, Franklin's version practically rewrote the history of the song itself. Powered by one of the finest voices in American music, Respect became an anthem for women listeners. Spelling one of the most iconic titles in R&B history, the Queen of Soul made her mark with her unprecedented vocal abilities.
R-E-S-P-C-T, that's what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, B-L-T-C-B.
When people first heard the song in 1967, the #1 smash made it clear that Aretha Franklin would never be forgotten.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
#1, Hurt. Original, 9 Inch Nails. Cover, Johnny Cash.
Wow.
Covering a haunting track by industrial rock band 9 Inch Nails, the country star imbued Hurt with a newfound mix of sadness, regrets, and world weariness.
I hurt myself today.
Living the life that he lived, the singer delivers the song as if it was his dying breath. Since the artist was in failing health, this song acted as the perfect swan song for someone of his immeasurable stature. Few people record such an important track at his age, while giving it as fresh and emotional a spin as if he had written it himself.
I will make you hurt.
Not only does Cash's version rank among the best recordings of its era, it's also one of the boldest covers of recent memory.
Yeah.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other covers they might have missed. But I mean, the stuff they had on here was so top tier. So top tier. I mean, one could argue you could have Johnny Cash, #1. Me personally, I mean, yeah, Either that or Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You," because that was, you know, when you talk about Johnny Cash and then you mention 9 Inch Nails, and it's just like what? You know, it's such a, you know, but yeah, comment below on what they might have missed. What would you add to this? Because I feel you can go back and forth with a lot of music out there. You know, it all depends on preference, what you want to hear right now, stuff like that. But this was a really good list. Appreciate y'all coming over and watching, man. Peace out.